Welcome to the Steve Reeve Podcast with the best moments from the past week and a few things that didn't make it to air. Thursday.
Putting on the Armageddon soundtrack a little bit later on today because there's an asteroid a long way out that has a 2.3% chance of hitting Earth in 7 years. Steve with you, Cruz Mornings. It is designated 2024 YR4. The nearly 100-meter wide rock is going to be coming uncomfortably close to our little speck of dust, apparently in December of 2032. It's a long way off. What we need is oil drillers to save the day. Hey, Liv Tyler was just at the premiere of the next big Captain America movie opening this week, and she's looking exactly the same as she did in Armageddon. So we should be ready to go, you know? Try not to let the anxiety ruin your day. There's going to be a lot of talk about it everywhere on the internet. We're talking about it right now. It's a long ways off. Measurements are estimated, and we're going to get more updates in time because there are many eyes on this thing and a lot of time to look at it, watch it, and plan. What we really have to worry about is the giant space rocks that we haven't discovered yet. 2.3% chance of asteroid impact. The last time we had that high of a chance being walloped by a space rock was 2.7% in 2004, though obviously it went by. I've seen someone compare the 2.3% odds to the odds of rolling double sixes with a pair of dice or laying out 43 buttons and just pressing one at random. And just, you might just pick the right one. That's the chances. Both of those sound way too possible for my comfort. Entirely. This distant asteroid threat, however, it's not really all a bad thing. Obviously, an impact that causes any devastation or trauma for people and animals and so much else. That would be a terrible thing. We know this. But it is 7 years away from what hopefully ends up as a flyby anyways, and that's a significant chunk of time. And for almost half of it, Trump won't even be president down south. So, be hopeful. Sincerely, it gives us as a species an opportunity, I think, to remember. We only got one planet. It's shared by everyone. It's fragile as hell. And as Bruce Willis showed us, sometimes what we need to unify us is a giant space rock hurtling at ridiculous speed.
You're listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
First up, we've got Oasis re-releasing all of the music videos from Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. Now they're going to be in 4K. They're going to have some remastered audio, and they're slowly going to roll out over the next 4 weeks, which does lead a little closer to the beginning of their 2025 reunion tour. Still some pools and betting out there about whether it will actually come to pass. Meanwhile, Oasis nominated once again, the second time for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Liam Gallagher saying, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is for wankers. Very, very British of him. But we'll find out before too long who those nominees out of the 14 names added to the long list are going to make it to the short list and actually get welcomed later on, likely in October. Papa Roach over in the UK presented a check worth £20,000 to Calm Mental Health, a charity that is very much in keeping with taking care of people's mental health and also making sure that people are talking about mental health and about suicide outreach and everything. They say that not only have the band raised vital funds for the life-saving work that the charity does, but it starts a conversation on a global scale about suicide prevention.
Friday.
I'm here to help. I am. We figured it was time. It's been too long. It's been 2 years since we had a fresh batch of Fort Mac Valentines. We got some fresh cards, all with a Fort McMurray theme for you. First one up this morning. Just about to share it so you can share it with your significant other. You look 25% more terrific today. That one kind of hurts just a little bit. We got some other ones. How about want to try a second way in and out of town? We've also got, hey, you passed the super test of love. Your tires might not have, though. And also, you want to find out why they call me overdimensional? All going to be shared on our social media this morning with the intention that you can then share them as well and make it a very, very happy and very Fort Mac Valentine. Now, today is the day. Tickets are going on sale, have gone on sale for this giant reunion concert, the very last Black Sabbath show with a ton of support from metalhead music creators. And tickets, of course, are highly sought after. Some people noting online that they were in Ticketmaster's online queuing system for the UK show, being 128,000th in line, while the venue that the event is going to be happening at only has a seating capacity of 42,000. Best of luck! Duran Duran have issued this update, a medical status update. Former guitarist Andy Taylor has not been able to perform with them for several years. He was diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer in 2018. Now, they were performing just recently and gave an update to the band saying that he is fighting as hard as he can, which is an incredible feat this many years out from diagnosis. Fountains of Wayne have also shared some information. They've got some live shows coming. First time that they're reuniting in 12 years. Now, they sort of fizzled a little bit, but then saw tragedy in the pandemic years, as in 2020, their original founding member, Adam Schlesinger, who is an Emmy and Grammy Award winner, passed away at the age of 52 from complications due to COVID-19.
Hey Alexa, play the Steve Reeve podcast.
One lucky person gets the sweet upgrade, and I do mean sweet. This platinum experience is incredible, but first, we gotta let them know. And we got Carla on the line right now. It is you. We already got you to win the general admission tickets, which I'm sure you remember from earlier this week.
You bet.
Well, you have won, out of the draw of everybody who's won this week, the upgrade to platinum experience status, Carla.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're going to go already. You know that you've got plans in July to see this incredible show. So many big acts. Def Leppard, Weezer headlining amongst others. But what you get now, Carla, is you get access to an exclusive viewing area at the main stage just behind the Platinum Circle. You're going to have access to full-service bar, cover from the elements, all of that. Luxury restroom trailers. And as well, you'll get a souvenir, complimentary essentials, and weekend parking is paid for, Carla.
Oh, that's awesome.
that makes it less of a headache, right?
Yes.
I hope you have a fantastic time. Again, we're not going to be able to send you this until a little closer to the event in June, but just know that you've got summer plans, and they are awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Here's the spoiler-free Steve review of Captain America, Brave New World. I got to check this out last night, and it was decent. Preview nights, full theater nearly. A lot of people seem to be enjoying themselves for sure, despite the fact that Rotten Tomatoes comes out a couple days before the movie does, and they're like, it's 52% or 48% rotten. Never listen to the critics anyway. At least I don't. But the audience score is usually a lot more telling, and it's definitely much higher. Not a perfect movie by a long shot, but decent. It was fine. It was perfectly acceptable. Competent, you know what I mean? You do hope for something that's going to shake up the whole franchise and show you something you've never seen before. But I admit there were a couple of surprises. I was genuinely going, wow, a couple of times. It feels like, we know there was reshoots. It was a little bit unfocused. A little bit, jumping around plot lines here and there, and some things just don't quite seem to stack together as well. But again, it was fine. If you want to see it first, you got to see it on the big screen. I do recommend it. It's worth the price of admission. If you want to wait, that's fine too. Wait for the Disney Plus date, though we don't have that yet. People are calling it the fourth worst of the Captain America films, and I'm going, okay, well, there's only been 4 of them now, including this one, and we've changed the character, so it's going to be a tough sell in the first place. I do love that they explore the whole idea of, like, they will never let a black man wear the shield and be Captain America. And they're experiencing that in the world. They're also experiencing that in the critic ratings in the real world. And, I think it was just perfectly fine. Giancarlo Esposito, very fun to watch. And Carl Lumley as Isaiah Bradley, the very first super soldier in the MCU that we never got to see, the Lost Captain. Amazing performance.
Transmission over. Want more Steve? New podcast episodes happen every Friday, or just tune into the Steve Reeve Show. Weekday mornings starting at 5:30 a.m. on 100.5 Cruz FM.